Hey Pisces, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Katie, and today I am starting off this reading with another new deck. I haven't bought decks in such a long time, and now that I went into Amazon to find some new ones, I realized that I don't have any of them. And as a collector, that is very, very cringy for me. So I'm gonna be using this one. This has all the keywords and stuff. It's really nice. It's only $11 by the way, so you can check it out. It's on Amazon. I'm not promoting it or anything, it's just really nice. Anyway, welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining me here today. We're going to be doing a general timeless reading. We're going to let the universe and spirit bring in the right messages for us, whatever we need to hear right now as a Pisces collective. This is good for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest. Not all of the messages are going to be for you. Some messages are going to be for other Pisces watching. Alright, so let's see. Universe, angels, beings of love and light, please bring in the most relevant, accurate, powerful, useful messages and guidance for Pisces. What is it that Pisces needs to hear right now? In the description box below, you're going to find everything you need to get to know me a little better. If you're interested in seeing who is reading your cards, everything will be below, including the product of the week as well, which is a new thing I'm doing to guide you and kind of announce each product individually from the website, so you know if there is one that you may need or that you can benefit from. This week it's Healing from Business Burnout. Exactly what it sounds like. The info will be below, and there's a $20 discount if you're interested in joining today. Alright, Pisces, so I see that some of you, this reading is tapping into an energy here of kind of very silent but very persistent doubt that some of you may be having. Some of you, it's like things may be looking up, things may be changing, there could be things that are improving, but there's this undercurrent that some of you have, that it's always kind of in the background, just waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for what you consider most likely. And for some of you, what you consider most likely is a failure, a disappointment, something going wrong, something not really going as well as it could. Some of you are dealing with a situation right now that gave you that gave you a disappointment, and that experience, which you're living right now, or some of you have lived in the last maybe 2 to 5 years, it still has sort of found a way to be with you today, meaning that you still kind of have this lack of faith or despair that's very present in the background. And I think that it's not even accurately informing you about what is going on, but instead it has become sort of solidified in the background, a fear, a overall sense of the universe is cynical or the universe has a very dark sense of humor. I don't know, it's a belief like that that could be, it kind of entered your life because of a certain experience, but it stayed. And some of you are being affected by this at this point. There is a lot, Pisces, that is wanting to come into your life. This reading seems to be for a group of you that is holding back from letting this joy in, 444 as I say that. So I feel there is this big wave of energy. Some of you may have been recently dreaming about waves or oceans or bodies of water. I feel like there's this big wave of inspiration and enthusiasm and energies and new things. But some of you, it's like you're almost holding the dam or the door closed to not let that wave in, if that makes sense, because of this fear of things going wrong, this fear of this almost like certainty, this belief that nothing new can bring something good. So it's like some of you are like, I'm going to stay wherever I'm at, no matter how toxic it may be or how stagnant it may feel. I'm going to stay where I am because it's too scary to let something new in. That's what I'm getting here. Some of you are coming across as defensive, careless, a little cold, but that's because some of you are trying to keep people away. Whether it is consciously or subconsciously, some of you are scared. You're scared to let someone in. You're scared to get your hopes up. You're scared to dream of possibilities only to be disappointed once again. So some of you are defensive and you're perceived as someone who is just like aloof in a bad way, like rude, you know? But that is not who you are, Pisces. But that's kind of like the persona you have allowed to show, like you have allowed yourself to show others, because it keeps them away. And that is convenient for some of you because you are so resistant to opening up. Take it if it resonates. This reading is definitely not going to be for all of you. But I feel like from every single reading, there's something we can take away. Because I feel like as Pisces, we have been through it all. Like, we can, as human beings, resonate with this at some points of our life. And it's still kind of good to be aware of these things, regardless of if they're happening right this second, right? So I do feel like many of you are moving through grief and loss. You are moving through regret, pessimism, disappointment, feeling unloved, feeling abandoned. But the thing is, those of you who are working through this are going to you're going to come out the other side successful and open and loved and healthy. But there's some of you who are not doing the work. You're not willing to put in the work because you're exhausted or because you're traumatized or because you can't even think of anything other than surviving right now, Pisces. So for those of you who are not ready to go through the process of healing, to acknowledge how the fear is holding you back, to acknowledge how there are solutions for this kind of blockage, you know, if you need more time, be there. But know that at some point, in order to get to the other side, you're going to have to break through and realize that the universe has your back. You know, that, yeah, it can be scary, but it doesn't have to be that scary. That sometimes our defense mechanisms create these, like, monsters. And we see the world as this very terrifying, very dangerous place. And granted, you know, there's a little bit of that in the world, of course. But that's not all there is. There's so much joy to be had. There's so much openness and kindness. There's so many good people out there that want to be loved by you, that you could really enjoy them being, you know, giving you love. And, you know, at some point, what I'm getting is that you're going to have to almost like recognize the beauty of the world against your best efforts not to. And it's understandable, Pisces. Some of you, you know, you've had it rough by everybody's standards. Some of you are being perceived as arrogant or careless, aggressive even. But I feel like it comes from a space of a lack of control, Pisces. It's like, I almost feel, it makes me think of, you know, when you rescue a puppy that has been maybe beaten or like, mistreated, it takes a while for them to realize that they're not in the same situation again. It takes a while for them to trust you. But once they do, it's like they flourish, right? It's so beautiful. And that's the same with people too. What I'm saying is that is available for you for whenever you feel ready to go through the unlearning of all of these traumatic experiences. I feel like many of you have started that process and you're ready to shake off all of that. Some of you are ready. Some of you are like, I've been in this energy long enough. I've seen enough evidence that this is not all there is. So I'm choosing, even if it's difficult, to move forward. So there's a big group of you that are not ready yet. There's another group of you that are. And those of you that are currently working on releasing limiting beliefs. You're ending all sorts of unpleasant experiences in your life. Relationships, jobs, projects, perspectives that were in one way or another validating those fears. It's like some of you, almost as a way to be right, you may have been entangled in situations that gave fuel to those limiting beliefs. And now that you identify them as limiting beliefs, you're like, okay, I choose to believe the world is good. And I choose to believe that I can be loved. And I choose to believe that all can be well. And I can be healthy. And I can be happy. And that I don't need to be stressed out every day. Once you align yourself with those beliefs, you're going to realize, well, this person makes me feel stressed every day. Like, this job is making me feel unworthy, uncertain, beaten down every day. So it's like you're going to start purging in order to make your life reflect those new beliefs. And that's how it all starts. I'm hearing again a title from one of the readings I posted recently. Let's get to the good part. And I feel like that's what some of you are doing. Around you, there could be someone who is kind of cynical, someone who's had a lot of experience. Unfortunately, a lot of negative experiences. This could be a parent. This could be some kind of guide. This could be a caregiver. Someone who has seen the worst of life and truly believe that that's all there is. And this person may be kind of like sharing, like, almost like, not sharing, but like projecting that energy onto you, to your energy bubble somehow. There could be someone around you who's very unforgiving. Someone who's very careless. And if you have been exposed to this person for long enough, Pisces, I feel like you start to get used to that. Maybe that, begins to feel like what people are. But it's not the case. Some of you are coming into a great deal of power in the near future, Pisces, okay? You're getting a big boost of power, you're getting a promotion, a recognition, some level of success or fame. And Spirit is saying the more healed you are, before that happens, the better. Because with a lot of power and a lot of unresolved defensiveness and aggressiveness, like you can make that experience of power something very negative, where it's actually supposed to be a very positive blessing. So it's a good time to heal, Pisces. It's a good time to go within and realize that even though a lot of rough things happen, a lot of also beautiful things happen too. The easiest way I can think of starting to get into that energy is with gratitude lists, which is such an easy way to like lift your frequency on a daily basis. Some of you have been doing this for years. It gets boring, So maybe every time you shower, say 5 things that you're grateful for. You don't need to write them down. You can just, say them. Or every time that you are in the car, I don't know, make a list of all the things you're grateful for all the way up to your destination. Whatever. Find a way that is more convenient, more practical for you. But it's important for you to start seeing how there is more good than there is evil. And some of you may hear this and you're like, well, but that's very hard. It's hard for some of you because you have allowed this in a little bit too much. Meaning, if you have liked a lot of very cynical posts, that's what the algorithm is going to continue to bring to you. If you like, the news, the very attention, very alarming news, very like dramatic things, scary things, and you have been in that frequency, that's what you're attracting on social media. That's what you're attracting, maybe from other people coming to you to tell you like, hey, have you heard about this thing that happened, and it's going to take some time for the universal algorithm, I guess you could call it, to recalibrate and bring to you instead evidence of how the world is good. So another way of doing this is, maybe here on YouTube, listening to the most positive things you can, maybe watching these videos of like faith in humanity restored. It's always nice. All the cute things, pet videos, landscapes, beautiful music, uplifting experiences. The more good you align yourself with, the more good is going to come back to you. And I feel like some of you really need to be exposed to that in order to believe that it's there. You're over the chaos. You're over the anger, scattered energy, frustration, carelessness, pretend carelessness. You're done being hurried. It's like some of you are like really just done with this chaotic energy that you have been in or that you have been exposed to. And you're like, I'm completely open to being chill AF. Being relaxed and happy and not having a care in the world. Some of you are aligning yourself more and more with that. For you to get there, there needs to be a recalibration of you, of your surroundings, of your relationships. And if you're ready for that adaptation process to happen, then you got it. You are going to be attracting so much good in all ways. It's going to be so overwhelmingly good that all the negative perspectives will become obsolete. So if you allow it, you can have it, Pisces. But sometimes it's not that comfortable. Sometimes we are almost like addicted to drama, addicted to, being proven right about all the negative things. Spirit is saying it's time to let go of that. Sooner the better. Because there is something very powerful that is coming here for you, okay? There is something very strong. With the High Priestess and the Emperor, I feel like some of you are meant to guide people, to shine a light on how beautiful the world can be. That's precisely what you're here to do. In a way, it's like live your best life so others know that they can live that life too. But some of you have been, punched hard enough by life, I get it, that you're kind of stuck and repeat in that defensive energy. But I see that you're stepping into a space of power, knowledge, mystery. You're going to be able to trust yourself. You already have, and you're going to continue to have very high morals, and that is going to be a way in which you influence the world for the better. I feel called to read an oracle message here. I have all of the little booklets. I found them and I arranged them here in front of me. So I'm not going to be getting the deck. I'm just going to I'm going to open up one of the booklets and just see what comes through. I'm feeling this one. And this is the message that is showing up here for you, Pisces. Everyone experiences times in their life when they're afraid or insecure. Sometimes these fears are based on external factors you can see, and sometimes worries stem from irrational or unreal concerns. Accurate AF. In both cases, it's important to go within and listen to your intuition as to what to do next. Ask your inner self about the source of your anxiety and trust your guidance. The angels sent you this card because this is a time of powerful intuition and psychic ability. However, your greatest insights will be about yourself. Embrace this period of self-awareness to overcome past blocks that have held you back. Awaken to truths about yourself that you have kept hidden, Pisces, and see your brilliant light. Pay attention to your dreams, unseen events that are affecting you as well. Pay attention to illusions. Archangel Haniel has long been associated with the full moon, intuition, and clairvoyance. Call upon Haniel for help in developing, trusting, and following your spiritual gifts and divine guidance. Yep. Thank you, angels. That applies to this reading perfectly. You got this, Pisces. You got this. I love you so much, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for clicking on this video. I know that there's so many videos out there being posted almost by the minute, so the fact that you came here and that our energies aligned in this way means the world to me. I just want you to know. And I want to thank all the members in this channel that send monthly donations. I don't thank you enough. It really makes a difference, a very positive difference. This product of the week is Healing Business Burnout, although it could, be applied also to burnout in general. And some of these energies that I see here could be kind of similar to burnout a little bit. I feel more like trauma in the reading, but, it could go a little bit parallel, right? So that information is going to be in the description box. You can save $20 if you get this program today. You can do it on your own time, in your own way, in your own rhythm. It's not one of those things that you have to sign up for and save the date. You can just download it today and start working on it today and start making changes. Another course that could help here is not on a discount. It is not the product of the week, but it's the forgiveness course on my website. I feel like for those of you that resonate with this defensiveness, that could be also a good way to go about it. So I'm going to leave everything in the description box below, and I will see you in the next reading, Pisces. Thank you for joining me. I love you. Bye.